Welcome everyone. My name is Monica. I am one of the directors here with Millennials in Travel. Very happy that you've joined us tonight. We know that this has been, what do you even say? This has just been quite a year, filled with lots of lows, lots of ups and downs, lots of silver linings. And I like to think that, one of the best silver linings of all has been this community. A group of us started this organization many years ago with the intent of creating a community to bring people together in a network. And this year, we haven't needed that more than any other time. So while we might be small, we're mighty, and it's so great to connect with people, not only across the globe, or across the country, but across the globe. So really happy to have you here. I'm going to let my counterpart, Joshua, talk a little bit more about that later and share a little bit more about the history of Millennials in Travel with you. But before we get to that, I just wanted to give a big shout out to the leaders of Millennials in Travel. We are run entirely by volunteers at the chapter level as well as at the national level. And so for those of you on the call that are past or present leaders, say hi, wave, like do a little dance so we can see you. A little more enthusiasm. Come on, guys. And I just want to say thank you so much for giving your time and your contributions to making our little organization run. So we're so happy to have you a part of our group. I also wanted to share a few exciting announcements with you. As we know, 2020 is kind of a year of ups and downs and maybe not a lot of growth, but we're really proud and honored to have 4 really strong chapters in Los Angeles, in San Diego, in New York, and in Chicago. So shout out to all of you coming in from those cities. But we are looking ahead to some really great and exciting growth in 2021. That includes reactivating old chapters that have been dormant for a while that we're going to bring back, and that includes the cities of Phoenix and Miami. So if you're in those cities or know people in those cities, spread the word. We're excited to be bringing back those chapters, as well as looking forward to some new chapter development, and cities that we're considering are Seattle and Portland, where I am now, as well as DC, Boston, and perhaps a few others. So keep in mind that, growth and expanding our organization is always top of mind when the timing is right. So if you are interested in a chapter coming to your city, reach out to us anytime. I also wanted to share with you that we will be bringing back our FAM program for 2021. Since travel itself was at a standstill in 2020, we really weren't able to operate any of our exclusive Millennials in Travel FAMs, but I'm very excited to report that our national team has been working really hard at developing some exciting FAM opportunities in 2021. So for those looking to travel with Millennials in Travel next year, keep your eyes on our website, keep your eyes on our social media, and we'll have some exciting announcements coming up. Actually, in the next couple of weeks, we'll be releasing those. And I think we've got about 3 or 4 in the works, which is really exciting. We also will be expanding our, previously was our job board or our industry opportunities program. We've actually expanded that to be an all-encompassing professional development program. So if you go onto our website, you can find a long list of destination training programs in different ways that you can use this time to expand your destination expertise and knowledge. And that professional development program will continue to expand in 2021. And in order to grow all these different facets of Millennials in Travel, of course, it takes a team of strong leaders. So in addition to our phenomenal chapter leaders that we have at the chapter level in our cities, we also have an incredible team of national leaders. And I'm so thrilled to say that we have expanded our national leadership team this year. We're now a mighty team of 8, and that includes 4 directors, myself, Joshua Smith there, taking a drink of his beverage, as he should. Cheers, Josh. I also have Caitlin Murphy. Everyone keeps moving. I keep looking for you, Caitlin, there, rocking her Christmas sweater vest. And Kate Mayer, keeping us all organized and together in our membership database in line with her obnoxiously, amazingly beautiful Christmas sweater. So we got to turn the volume off so we can hear it one more time. But, it's a great sweater there. And then, of course, we have our national managers, which includes Carolyn Gorski, our national manager of operations. She was really the one that did all of the work behind this event. So thank you, Carolyn, for everything that you do on a daily basis. And let's see, I'm looking for everyone else. I'm so sorry. I'm kind of going through. Do I have anyone else on here right now? Nope.
And Anina, we have Anina.
Yeah, there you are. Okay, thank you, Anina, our newest addition. And I have to say, I'm mostly excited for Anina to come on board because she has the coolest position. She is our new national manager of FAMs, and she is the one that's going to help us pull off an incredible FAM program for next year and future years to come. So welcome, Anina. And then, of course, we also have Zach Klein. Is Zach on? I don't see that he's on yet. I think he's joining a little bit later today. Zach actually has dual roles. He is part of our Dallas chapter, which will be reactivating in the new year, as well as oversees all of our social media in partnership with Caitlin. And then last but not least, we have Elizabeth Pickering, who is with Belmond Hotels, and hopefully she'll be joining us soon. And also she is our National Manager of Industry Relations and Advocacy. So to all of our national leaders and to all of our chapter officers, thank you so much for everything. Let's see, I'm gonna go ahead, and I think what we all need right now in 2020 is a good drink. So what I wanna do is go ahead and turn it over to my co-director, Caitlin Murphy, to give us a good holiday toast.
Yeah, so everybody grab a drink. And as Monica said, who would have thought, on New Year's Eve going into 2020 that we'd be facing the year that we have. While 2020 definitely won't go down in history as the best year ever, I'd wager that it's definitely one that we're not going to forget. It's been full of change and boundary pushing. But I do think that it's setting us up to head in the right direction. And so I imagine at some point or another this year, all of us has experienced some kind of roadblock, or maybe even many roadblocks, especially in the industry that we've been, which has been hit so hard. I did read a quote a while back now that struck with me that said, often what may appear as a detour in life is actually the most direct and empowering path to your destination. So in other words, I really hope that whatever hardships you may have faced this past year has taught you invaluable lessons and detoured you, or is in the process of detouring you to something great and where you're meant to be. So let's raise a glass to 2021, because the first thing people are going to want to do is travel, and we're all going to be slammed. So cheers to that.
Cheers. That's a great toast, Caitlin. Thank you so much. And then now I'm going to turn it over to Josh, our Director of Strategic Development, and he's got some exciting things to share with you. Josh?
Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining. So we started this organization 8 years ago, and 6 years ago, it was kind of pretty big for the organization in that we had a lot going on this week, actually. The directors were featured on the cover of Travel Agent magazine, talking about the power of millennials. Excuse me. And then at the USTOA conference, I spoke on a panel that was titled, "Do Millennials Matter?" Excuse me. Obviously we matter. We've also have made so many changes and grown so much in the last 6 years. And we're still around. We're a community, as Monica said. We're here to support you. We have a growing team. And in the archives, we actually found this video that we filmed 6 years ago as well that I feel is still inspiring. And so I wanted to share it with you. It's a little, I don't know, yeah, I find it to be inspiring. And we also look ridiculously young. So who doesn't want to see ourselves when we're younger?
Millennials in Travel is a career development and networking organization for young professionals in the travel industry.
Hi, my name is Patrick Hines.
My name is Sky Mayring.
My name is Ashley Grush.
My name is Caitlin Murphy, and I'm a millennial in travel.
I'm a millennial in travel.
I'm a millennial in travel.
What I love about the travel industry is its creative opportunity to just be your own boss.
It allows you to see the world as it is and not how you might have imagined it.
We get the opportunity to show people the world, places we've experienced and places we think that they should go in their lifetime.
We're young people and we can make a career out of experiencing the world, which I think is amazing.
I wanted to be in the travel industry but didn't know how to break into it until I found out about millennials in travel.
It's opened this world of individuals that are all very passionate about travel.
Millennials are here. We're not going anywhere.
Millennials in Travel members are the next leaders of the industry.
I'm Samantha Heck. My name's Kate Mayer.
I am Reagan Lowry.
I'm Vanessa Satocho.
My name is Frank Castro.
Hi, my name is Caitlin O'Shaughnessy, and I am a millennial in travel.
That's amazing. I remember filming that, and it also now makes me so anxious for us to get back to in-person events. We've obviously been trying to do our best as an organization to maintain that community nationally through these digital virtual events, but I'm confident in 2021 we're going to get back there. So starting us off today for the event, I want to introduce you to Marcia Kindelmuth. She's the marketing manager for the Austrian Tourist Office. So I've had the pleasure of working with Marcia for 13 years. She's a great resource for everything Austria. Marcia is based in New York City, and she's actually been doing some Facebook Live cooking demonstrations on her own channel. And so today she's going to be demonstrating how to make Gluehwein. There's going to be a link in the chat box that's Carolyn just posted. That is the again the recipe for it. And she's also going to share some of her upbringing and background in Austria. So over to you, Marcia.
Wonderful. Thanks so much, Josh. It is a real pleasure to be joining your event. It's actually my first one. Can you imagine, Josh? We've been talking about this, I don't know, 10 years ago or 8 years ago when you to really collaborating on an event. So I'm really honored and thank you for thinking of me, and I'm glad to be here. Christmas is really one of the most beautiful seasons, I think. So Austria has a lot of traditions, and I'm so happy to share them with you. Just quick note, I'm here in Brooklyn in my home. We're all at home. I'm working from home these days. I have my little son here as well. He's, yeah, you can wave. He doesn't hear anything because I have the AirPods. Yeah, so I hope you don't mind looking into my kitchen, but I tried to set it up nicely because Gluehwein cooking actually is very easy. The other thing I wanted to, before I start with the demo, make sure to listen, because your leadership has asked me to put questions in the trivia later about Gluehwein, etc. So this should be easy to answer them later. Yeah, why don't I just start? Has anybody, maybe Carolyn, you can see in the chat, because I don't have access to the chat right now. Maybe you can see if who is actually joining in making the Gluehwein. If I should slow down, they can ask questions in the meantime. Or if you have questions about Austria when I talk a little bit, just shoot a quick chat message, and then Carolyn can we can answer this in the end. Maybe we have a couple of minutes left. So the recipe should in the chat again, but basically it's, and I have tonight I'm only doing half of everything. So in the recipe in the chat you have the double amount, but it's just my husband and me here, so we're not going to have 2 liters of red wine tonight. So so I'm taking 1 bottle of red wine. For Gluehwein, I only take Austrian red wine, I have to admit. You can take like a Merlot, for example, but try to really, and that's the trick, if you want to get good quality Gluehwein, you have to take good quality red wine. So don't think just because you heat it up, matter. It really does matter, and especially the next day you will feel it if you don't have good quality wine in there. So let's pour, actually let me start turning it on immediately. 1 liter of red wine.
Marcia, while you're pouring in the red wine, we already got a question asking if we can find Austrian red wine in the States.
Yes, absolutely. Especially East and West Coast, the wine store, Chicago as well. Though most wine stores have Austrian wine. If you are somewhere in between where Austrian wine is not readily available, shoot me an email later and I give you a couple of online links. get 3 bottles of red wine or even half a case. That's easy to do online these days. And there's enough available. Excellent quality of wine, Austrian wine in the US. Now, the red wine is in. Then I put a 1/4 cup of water. If you wanted a little thinner, your Gluehwein, put a little bit more. If you wanted a little stronger, put a little less. So you can, adjust to your own taste. Then we have the juice of 1 lemon. I only put in there. Then a 1/3 cup of sugar. I like to use a little bit less sugar than that. I'm just not a very sweet tooth. If you are a sweet tooth, increase it. It's no problem. Goes in there. Then cloves and cinnamon sticks. I like to spice it up a little bit. I use a little bit more than usual. Okay, let's put these to the side. Hold on. And last but not least, a little bit chopped up. That's it. You just let it boil and boil it up once, a good boil up, and then it's done. Now, when it comes to Gluehwein, because this really is a very traditional drink in Austria, and especially for the holiday season. When I grew up in Vienna, so when in Europe, in most countries, you can drink wine or beer from age 16. So a little different. So when I was 16, that was the first time, of course, I went to the Christmas markets, and that's where you meet up your friends. Even, when you are older, you're studying, or when you're working after work, you go to the Christmas markets. Everybody has their favorite. Everybody has their favorite stand at the Christmas market. They say, oh, every season, the big discussion, which stand has the best Gluehwein, or we also have a Jägertee, which is a tea with brandy, basically. So there's always these discussions, which one is the best. And then, when it snows or it's you just meet up, there are little tables in front of the stands, and you hang out with your friends as if you're hanging out in a bar, basically. Highlights for us to do during this Christmas season. The wine also, just so because somebody asked as well, and I wanted to point out, Austrian wines are readily again available in the US, and in Austria, I know Austrian wine is not as common and not as known, but we have, and this also for exploring. Even Vienna is actually a wine region. It's the only cosmopolitan city in the whole world that produces a real substantial amount of wine. And some of the best quality wines are being exported all over the world. And the US loves Austrian wines. We have 4 beautiful regions, wine regions. And yeah, so this one, the wine that I chose here is the Blaue Zweigelt. I don't know if you can see it. It's a Zweigelt, a red Zweigelt, it's written. I know, I'm sorry. German is, it's a horrible language to speak in English. Yeah, Christmas markets, I was asked to maybe briefly touch base of the situation in Austria as well. Borders are closed for the US. Some Americans cannot come to Austria at the moment. The same basically for Austrians not being able to come to the US. Christmas markets, like one of you were telling, she's going home to Germany. Christmas markets are not happening at the moment. It's closed, unfortunately. So this is really something that you should look forward to the next year. Not this year anymore. We are hoping, like everybody, I think, in our industry is hoping that by March, April, we'll see some big movements happening when spring is coming again. We're coming out of the dark winter. And then let's see how things go. But I really, really can't wait for our industry to really fully get started again. I mean, it's awesome to be working with all of you. It's awesome to be working in this industry. There's so much energy. There's so much passion and love for travel and the world and cultures and people. There's nothing more important. So yeah, I hope that we'll get back to it very quickly. Yeah, if you have any more questions, I don't want to give a big presentation on Austria. I think that's just way too boring for a cool holiday bazaar. But if you have questions, put them in the chat, or maybe Carolyn, you can put my email address in there as well, so that people who really do want to learn more about Austria. Oh, by the way, exactly, learning more. We have tons of really cool short educational videos and short webinars. I think, Carolyn, you can put a link there. So if you, anything from basic Austria, what's it about? Basic Vienna, oh, that looks good. Anything basic Vienna is all on this site, where you can really, at your own pace and your own time, you go through those webinars and videos, and you can dive into a little bit more, with tons of cool tips that we've tried to include for you. And
thank you.
Yeah, so if there are no questions, I am definitely going to, because I didn't have a drink yet, because I had to make it, I had to cook it.
Well,
so
we definitely will have to do a second toast now.
Please, yes. This, by the way, is also the prize if you do the trivia well. This is our cookbook by Chef Kurt Gutenbrunner. He's a Michelin star chef here in New York City. If you want to eat Austrian food and you're from New York City, you're lucky, because we have some really good restaurants. You get the bottle of wine that I'm using, and then these two cool Gluehwein glasses. These are double a glass, so you can actually pour cold or hot water in there. And so let me get myself my drink now. There we go.
And Marcia, while you're pouring your drink, another question came in the chat.
Yes.
Are there Austria itineraries on the site, on the Austria site?
Yes. If you go austria.info, which is our general website, we have on the top what to do. There are round trip. It's a whole page, and these are all curated itineraries with the North American traveler in mind. We have been collecting some of these itineraries the last 4 or 5 years. We're updating them regularly. Some really cool things with inside restaurants and inside hotel tips. So there's a lot to see. But if you don't find it, email me. I'm happy to quickly send you all the links and guide you into the right direction.
Wonderful. And Josh did throw your email there in the chat. And as you were talking, another one came in.
Yes.
What do you think is the best area in the country to visit for Austrian wineries?
So my personal favorite wine region is between Vienna and Salzburg. It's along the Danube. It's called it's spelled, Josh, if you can type it in the chat, W-A-C-H-A-U. Wachau. Yeah. You got that, Josh? Yeah. Awesome. That is my favorite wine region. It's a World UNESCO Heritage region as well. Tons of incredible 2,000-year-old and more history, plus unbelievably cool young winemakers. Some of them really handsome, I have to say. And they produce excellent wines in cool wineries and locations. Plus this history combination along the Danube is just, it's really, really beautiful. And many people, or most people who want to come and visit Austria, they start in Vienna or Salzburg. Those two are a must. And from each side, it's literally 1.5 hours, basically, or 2 hours. So it's everything really close.
Wow.
Perfect.
Sounds incredible, Marissa. Thank you so much for being with us tonight. I know that, you know, we've all definitely missed travel to Europe this year, and it's always been my dream to go to the Christmas markets in Austria and in Germany, and you've sort of transported just a little taste of that to our living rooms tonight. So thank you so much for doing that. Now I just need to somehow reach to the screen and get your Gluehwein, because I would love to
I know.
that.
Oh my God, you should smell it. I actually really want to taste it. I'm
about
sorry,
to
I can't wait.
I was going to say it must smell incredible, and it was rather simple. So what a great thing for the holidays.
Super simple.
Put on the stove right as you're having, you know, a friend or two or small family get together as we're all scaling down.
And you will definitely impress them.
Yeah, I bet it smells amazing. It looks like your son likes the way it smells. So
yes, he likes it too. Oh my God, go! This is wine.
But thank you so much for sharing that tradition with us and giving us just a bit a taste of Austria. And you touched on the prizes tonight. So just so everyone knows, we have prizes for the trivia. We also have a couple other exciting prizes in store as well, including a prize for best holiday vibe. So that's your Zoom background, best dressed, whatever it is that you're putting on to your Zoom right now to reflect some fun festive holiday cheer. That is going to be a prize as well. So stay online and stay tuned for prizes later in the evening. We're also going to give away some random prizes as well. So it is Christmas time after all, and Hanukkah time. Everyone deserves some presents and some gifts. So thank you again, Marissa. We really appreciate you being with us. And
thank you so much. Cheers to you guys. I wish you all a really peaceful, wonderful, healthy holiday. Everybody.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Thank you so much, Martha. We're going to go ahead and switch over to our other partner that's joined us this evening to give us another exciting European holiday experience. So I think I'm transitioning over to Elizabeth. Elizabeth, are you with us?
Hi, Monica. How are you?
Hi,
hello,
thank you so much for being with us tonight. I'll go ahead and turn it over to you, and then Josh is going to take control of the video that we're going to get to see tonight.
Yes, I am. I'm sad that I have to follow the beautiful presentation from our friends in Austria, and I'm definitely missing going there as well, as Monica said. My husband and I actually honeymooned in Vienna over Christmas 9 years ago, and we definitely need to go back and visit. So those that haven't done Christmas market in Vienna, it's really fantastic. So just a quick hello to say, I'm Elizabeth Pickering with Belmond, and tonight we wanted to share a really special performance from our teams in St. Petersburg from Belmond Grand Hotel Europe. So I will pass it over to Joshua to share our video.
Welcome to Belmond Grand Hotel Europe in St. Petersburg, which was opened in 1875 and celebrated its 145th anniversary this year.
Stars, and artists from around the world have spent many days and nights within our walls. Art is in the heart of Grand Hotel Europe as well as the city of St. Petersburg.
Pyotr Tchaikovsky is perhaps the most renowned artist who was inspired by our beautiful city and stayed twice in Belmond Grand Hotel Europe. Here we celebrate him like no one else. And every Friday in our Europe restaurant we host the Tchaikovsky Night, which is the perfect marriage of Russian gastronomy and art.
Tonight we are pleased to show you live from Europe restaurant a selection of Tchaikovsky masterpieces.
We hope you enjoyed the performance, and we hope you will soon be able to experience it yourself in person here in St. Petersburg. Meanwhile, спасибо
и на здоровье!
Wow, that was breathtaking. That was beautiful. Thank you so much, Elizabeth, and thank you to Belmond Hotels for sharing that with us. Like I said, just having a little bit of a taste of the Austrian Christmas markets and some of the beautiful art and performances from Russia is kind of getting me more and more into the holiday spirit. So thank you so much for sharing that.